Inner. Today we're going to break down something so many of us do every single day, often without even thinking about what it's really costing us. We're talking about the commute.
So let's just jump right in with a question. I mean, you probably know what you spend on gas, right? Or your train pass. But what if the real cost isn't something you can see on a bank statement? What if it's actually chipping away at your happiness day by day? And there's a reason we call it the daily grind, isn't there? That feeling of being stuck in traffic or squished onto a train, it's a feeling a lot of us know all too well. But let's dig a little deeper. What's the real unseen toll here?
Yeah, exactly. It's so much more than just the minutes ticking by or the money you're spending. Think about it. It's this slow, steady drain on your overall happiness. Every single day. It's the stress, the frustration, all that time you're losing. Time you could be spending with your family or doing something you actually love. Or, hey, even just relax.
Okay, so this is where things get really interesting. How do you actually put a number on a feeling? On that sinking feeling you get Sunday nights just thinking about your Monday morning drive? Well, some researchers actually came up with a name for it.
And here it is, the misery cost. This concept totally flips a classic problem on its head, The whole, do I buy the cheaper house that's way out there or pay a lot more to live closer to work? The misery cost says, hold on a second. That commute has its own price tag, and you've got to add that to the equation.
Now this is where we go from a cool concept to a jaw-dropping statistic. Seriously, get ready for this, because when you see the actual math behind this misery, it's something you probably won't forget.
So just imagine adding 20 minutes to your commute. 20 minutes. Doesn't sound like the end of the world, right? That's maybe a couple of songs, part of a podcast. But what the research uncovered is that those 20 little minutes have this massive, outsized negative effect on your well-being. It's so big, in fact, that it's literally like taking a pay cut. I mean, think about that. That feeling of misery you get from the longer commute, it's the same level of unhappiness you'd feel if you suddenly saw a big chunk of your paycheck just disappear.
Yeah, 19%. Let that number just sit with you for a second. Adding just 20 minutes to your commute makes you feel as miserable as if your boss suddenly slashed your pay by nearly a fifth. Wow. Suddenly that cheaper house farther away doesn't seem like such a bargain anymore, does it?
So what's the takeaway here? What do we do with this kind of information? Well, it points toward a much smarter trade-off we can make. It's about using your money to literally buy back your time and your happiness.
Let's break it down. On one hand, you've got choice A, the classic save money option, right? Lower housing cost, but you're saddled with a long commute, a high misery cost, and, surprise, surprise, lower life satisfaction. But then look at choice B. We're calling this one buy time. Sure, the housing costs more, but your commute is short, your misery cost is way down, and your overall happiness is higher. See the difference? You're not just buying a house, you're investing in your day-to-day quality of life.
And the research just nails it with this quote. It's all about getting the most value per dollar for your happiness. That cheaper house with the awful commute, when you factor in the misery, it's actually a terrible deal. But paying a bit more to get an hour of your life back every single day, that might just be the smartest money you'll ever spend.
All right, let's wrap this up. We're going to bring this all home because this isn't just some interesting academic idea. This is a real, practical tool you can use when you're making those huge life decisions.
So, what are the big takeaways? First, your commute has a real, tangible misery cost. Don't ignore it. Second, never forget that number. An extra 20 minutes on your commute feels like a 19% pay cut. Ouch. Third, a shorter commute isn't a luxury. It's an investment in your well-being. And finally, you've got to reevaluate your decisions. Look at housing costs versus commute time through this new lens. And we'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. You know the price of your home, right? You can look it up online in 2 seconds, but what's the price of your time? What's the price of your happiness? That's the question this whole idea leaves us with, and that's the calculation that really matters.